Ate Gloria Resurrection. How come I could not see her? Si Ate Glo.
I'll ask her to start her video.
Oh, is she?
Yun, nagpakita din.
Hi, Ate Glo. Good evening. And then after Ate Glo, who is still trying to fix her hair. What happened to Ate Chris?
She's getting ready to be.
Hi, Ate Chris. Hello, Ate Loy. Kuya Loy.
Ate Loy, Kuya Chris.
Yeah. And the next one, we would like to acknowledge the presence of Ate Lilia. Hello, Ate Lilia Foss. Kamusta po kayo?
She's from Santa Clarita County, LA County, Santa Clarita.
Oh, I see. Hello, welcome po. Then we have another one, si Ate Francisca Nares.
She's from Pangasinan, Rosario.
Oh, I see. I've been to Rosario.
Carmen
Pangasinan.
Rosario. Pangasinan.
Before may Pepsi Cola plant doon. Doon ba yun?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, sino po ang expert dito ng computer or laptop? Si Ate Chris?
Ako.
Okay. So we are here today to discuss yung medyo scam and fraud lang online. There are many forms and shapes ng scam online. Ate Glo, do you hear me?
Yes, you cannot hear her. I muted everybody.
Okay. So I will bring in my slide. Everybody just hold on for a while. Let me look for my slide. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Again, I'm introducing myself. I'm Ray Anton Roa, Mother Movement Technical Director. Any violent reaction? Hello.
Wala.
Wala. Okay, I'm also an industrial engineer by profession. I finished engineering way back in early 90s, so it only tells my age. I had experience working in the Middle East for 15 years, etc., etc., and I'm also an anti-scam advocate. Now, my title after that, my title is this, Navigating the Digital Jungle, a guide to avoiding online scams. Sino na bang na-scam dito?
Lahat.
Si Perla na-scam na.
Lahat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
Scammer.
true. Kahit ako, nai-scam ako ng palagi yung mga bata. Yung, Dad, bili mo akong sapatos. Dad, bili mo akong kotse. Anyway, it's a joke. So, scam nowadays is very rampant. So, we will try to introduce this one to you for information purposes. Na may mga serious na agency ng government, US government, we're talking about it, na they are campaigning awareness for scams and fraud online. So, ito yung gusto ko introduce sa inyo. Probably most of you did not hear about it, but this is it. So, this is the story behind that, okay? Ito yung I would like to introduce to you the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Sa natin to, dito to sa Los Angeles County. Okay? Ito sila, Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Okay?
Okay.
So, protecting consumers, fostering trust and innovation. Dito to sa California, sa Los Angeles na county. Now, ito yun sila, who we are. So, yung Department of Financial Protection and Innovation is a state licensing and regulatory agency with oversight of state financial institutions, products, and professionals. Okay? So, covered nila yung state chartered banks and credit unions, residential mortgage loan originators, California finance lenders, PACE administration, escrow agents, payday loans, etc., etc., hanggang private for-profit school funding models. What is interesting about it is that ito and more. So marami pa silang i-cover, no? Marami pa sila yung mga credit repair agencies, consumer credit reporting companies, rent-to-own contracts. So anything under the sun under dito sa sa Los Angeles County, covered nila. Okay? Again, who we are, sabi nila, state licensing and regulatory agency with oversight of state financial institutions, products, and professionals. So, if na-scam kayo, usually, kung saan tayo, kunwari sa FB, with due respect sa FB, we complain to them. Usually, hindi natin sila nakikita, hindi sila nag-a-action. That's what we thought. So, parang, we are facing a blank wall in that case pag na-scam tayo. So this time, I am informing you that there is a government agency, which is Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, na we can complain. We can address yung complaints natin doon. So, itong agency na to, ito yung rule nila, Atiglo, ito yung rule nila. Sa Atiglo. Ito yung role nila, Atiglo, Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. What is our rule? Well, number one is to examine companies to ensure compliance with state and federal law. Atiglo, examine companies to ensure compliance with state and federal law. So siguro may naiisip ka na isang company, whether profit or non-profit, pwede nila i-tackle yon. Number two, we have take action against those operating illegally and using unlawful, deceptive, or abusive practices. So siguro, may mga members tayo dito or mga kaibigan or family members or relatives na kailangan yung assistance ng Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. So they can investigate consumer complaints. Okay? Tayo yon yung consumer complaints. And besides, they can also educate Californians to avoid financial harm and make financial decisions. Okay? So again, the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, ito yung role nila. So we go to the next, ganito yon, protect yourself from fraud. If you receive a call, text, message, email, a letter, or message on social media, be suspicious. The caller or sender may not be who they say they are. Diba? Minsan akala natin babae. For all we know, lalaki pala yung babae lang yung picture lang ginamit ng babae. Pero lalaki pala yung kausap natin. And worse niyan, wala sila dito sa wala sila dito sa Pilipinas, nasa ibang bansa sila. So mas mahirap yun, mas mahirap habulin yun kasi walang jurisdiction. Kunwari yung kalaban natin nasa, example lang, kalaban natin yung nag-scam coming from another country. So mas mahirap isolve yun. Tapos naloko ka lang ng $100. So is it worth the trouble? Kaya ingat tayo. Okay? Again, call, text, message, email, a letter, or be suspicious. Minsan, may text tayong matatanggap, nanalo tayo ng 100,000 sa loto. Hindi naman tayo bumili ng ticket. Bakit tayo nanalo? Di ba? Very obvious. Very obvious. Sino yung katabi ni Ate Francisca?
Kapatid niya.
Oh, kapatid? Bakit mas maganda si Ate Francis? Ano pangalan niyo po, ate?
Nakamute siya.
Naka-mute siya. Hindi ko maririnig. Okay, later. Okay, let's proceed to the next slide. Malapit na ito matapos. Kunti lang naman to eh. Next meeting ay medyo mas mahaba-haba. So ito, no, yung mga imposters are using IRS, Social Security, utility company, romance scams, yung mga I love you dyan. Ingat kayo. Ate Glo, ingat ka sa mga I love you. Grandparent, tapos yung mga relative, business, bank, tech support company, wrong number text, pero nag-uusap kayo na wrong number na nga eh. Pinagbigyan pa. Charitable organizations or donations. So don't click any links or call numbers. Go to the source to verify. Okay, so maraming racket yan, especially yung Dexion, talagang hindi Amerikano, medyo taga-ibang bansa, ingat na kayo. Okay, next. So far, question.
Unmute if you want to ask question.
Ate Lelia, do you have any questions so far? So ito yung example, no, if I may proceed, this is the example of scam text. Okay? Nakikita ba nyo? Perla, ikaw, nakikita mo yung
Yes.
nakikita mo. So they can also see it. Ano? Notice,
Yes.
Countered lots of
notice
scam
269070 from Chase Bank code. Your card is temporarily locked. Please call, etc. etc. Chase Bank daw siya, pero yung number is private, 201-429-3304. So obviously this is a scam. Okay? So careful. Yan ang sa mga text. Ito namang isa, Bank of America, online alert. So sumulat or email, saka very obvious, ano, makikita natin yung wrong grammar, makikita natin yung format medyo mali-mali. So huwag na pansinin, mag-report na. Okay? Kasi maraming lalo na sa kotse, ang dami sa kotse. Yung mga insurance companies, they send na you did not renew your renewal, blah blah blah, contact me, etc. etc. Yung pinsan ko galit na galit kasi hindi ko daw binayaran yung kotse. First and foremost, siya yung sinulatan, wala naman siyang kotse, ako yung may kotse. So very obvious, wala siyang kotse, siya yung nakatanggap ng collection letter. So kaya mag-ingat. Wala kang kotse, pinaparenew sa'yo yung DMV registration, obviously kalokohan na yon. Okay, the next one. Ito, yung sa cyber security, cyber safety. Maraming copycats, yung gaya-gaya. Tulad sa atin, yung Lotto, maraming nananalo, hindi naman bumili ng ticket. Then, pag nag-surf kayo, karamihan sa atin nagsusurf, siguraduhin nyo yung website na pupuntahan ninyo may S. Kita nyo to the right, itong secure network. Dapat it's HTTPS, may S. Kasi minsan walang S yan, mag-iingat na kayo. Kasi walang security yan. Okay, to the right sa screen nyo, makikita nyo secure network. Makikita nyo yung sa World Wide Web.
Ray, can you tell them that I am hovering the mouse on the S of the HTTPS? Kung nakikita nila.
Pointing the mouse to the HTTPS.
Yeah. I'm pointing what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. Perla is pointing the cursor to the mouse, to the HTTPS na word, Pag walang S, mag-ingat na kayo niyan. That is not a secure site. Kung HTTP lang, mabantayan nyo dyan sa nyo, sa address bar, Bantayan na niyo 'yan, mag-ingat na kayo, huwag na kayong papasok doon. Kasi 'yan, hindi yan secure. Dapat may S, dapat it's TTPS. Okay, Ate Francisca? Yan, very obvious pero siyempre makakalimutan natin. And then yung pangatlo, make sure na naka two-step verification kayo. Kung magbukas kayo ng bank account niyo, mag-send yung bangko ng verification number sa cellphone niyo. So yun ang ibig sabihin ng two-step verification. Nagbukas na kayo sa online, sa internet or diyan sa bank account niyo. Tapos mag-text sa iyo, magbibigay ng code, ibibigay mo yung code. So that's the two-step verification. Next is the password. So careful masyado sa mga password. May mga protocol tayo niyan. We will be discussing it next week, next meeting. Sino ba? Ako ba din next week, Perla?
Yeah.
So doon
Next
tayo
Friday
yung
po.
nitty-gritty na part of this lecture. Doon natin i-discuss yan at large. Tapos yung social media scams, ang dami nito. Ang dami nito sa YouTube, sa FB, Instagram, wala nang Twitter ngayon, X na, sa Instagram, basta ang dami. So it's really need awareness. Dapat magiging maingat tayo, aware tayo palagi sa online. Yan ang beauty ng technology, may plus and minus factor. Okay, the next one is tips to protect yourself. Okay? Ate Lil. Nawala si Ate Lil. Never give personal information unless you initiated the contact. Don't return phone calls left on voicemail. Unknown calls numbers, don't answer or hang up. So very obvious, no? Hindi mo kilala, tumatawag sa'yo, forget about it. Don't bother. Don't bother. And then, government agencies do not call. No? IRS, maniningil sa'yo, kung ano-ano pa dyan ng mga benefits. Tayo nga, yung mga seniors nga, tumatawag sa Department of Social Welfare. Ang tagal nga eh. Minsan hindi pa sumasagot. Tapos biglang may tatawag sa'yo, talking of something, mga benefits, humihingi ng mga personal records mo or information. Just drop it. Don't entertain it. And then don't click on links sent via text or email. Hindi mo kakilala, nagpadala sa iyo ng email, nag-spam or nag-phishing. So don't click. Kasi once i-click mo yan, madidisgrasya ka niyan kasi may mga virus, may mga malware, kung ano-ano yung nakasingit doon. So makukuha na yung mga information mo. Then log out, not X of the website. Yung sa website, minsan ini-X lang natin yung sa right corner. Pinipress lang natin. Tapos that's it. Akala natin nasirado na siya. No, it's not yet. Still open yung online activity mo. So nasisilip, if ma-hack ka niyan, masisilip ka. So you really have to log out. Monitor and freeze your credit. So ito dapat magiging maingat tayo nito. So we will discuss this one at large by next meeting. Bypass using your pen with a debit card. Schemers. May video ako nito. I will show it to you na magbabayad kayo minsan sa 7-Eleven na nasisingot na yung pera nyo kasi medyo nilagyan nila ng schemer. Pinatungan ng schemer. Akala mo legit pa yun pagpasok ng card mo doon. Nakukuha na yung lahat information mo. Tapos unti-unti naubos yung pera mo. Nagugulat ka, kunti na nga lang yung pera mo, inuubos pa nila. And the next is in writing checks, mayroon tayong mga anti-fraud pen. Iwan ko kung alam nyo to. For check writers, kung nagsusulat kayo ng cheque, we have available na mga anti-fraud pen. Mabibili natin dyan usually sa Amazon. So if may problema, verify if there is an issue. Go to the source yourself, sa bangko or kung sa Amazon, direkta. Complain ka kagad. don't let the issue, yung pabayaan mo lang, huwag gano'n. If you care, ano, kasi iba ng panahon ngayon, daming hindi natin nakikilala at marami na talagang scam or fraud. Okay, let's go to the next item. So in case of fraud, you have to report it. Okay, contact ito DFPI. So ito yung website nila. They have a number. I can send you all the information about this and other resources to report scams and fraud. Federal Trade Commission, cybercrime. We also have the FBI or the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So ito yung mga addresses na dapat natin i-report yung complaint natin, recorded complaint. Okay? Now, that's all for now because you have other things to do, Perla.
No, we're gonna have a Q&A after this, or comments, or if they wanna share something that they
Okay,
experience, they
bubuksan mo
might
yung
wanna share.
Okay.
So we will now open the discussion. Please unmute yourself. So, and raise your hand if you wanna say something. Stop share na, Mr. Professor, and we will open discussion.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, the table is now open for discussion. Stop share po. Stop share.
Okay, stop share. Saan ba
Yeah.
yun siya napunta? Okay, thank you.
I wanna add something to the effect na this is a common occurrence sa ating mga, lalo na, na hindi masyadong, what's this, up to date. Karamihan nakikita ko merong nagpo-forward ng, let's say, ang PAL daw nag-anibersaryo, meron silang premyo for people who click the link and do something like raffle. This sabi ko nga, very common kasi ang tendency pag may nakitang ganon, yung sa mga kaibigan natin, ipo-forward sa atin, no? Ang tendency tayo naman ipo-forward natin, so hindi natin alam tayo ay tinuhog na. Lahat na tayo biktima. So, ang ginagawa ko nung na-aware ako about this, dahil ilang beses akong na-scam, hindi naman ako nag-click ng link, but it so happened na verify, open the website, or call the office. Do not do anything with that link. Huwag niyong patulan yon, huwag niyong click. Tumawag kayo, like for example, sa bangko, may ano daw ang bangko. So, buksan mo yung account mo sa bangko, tignan mo kung meron dun talagang totoong promotion. Do not, the moral lesson there, do not forward kasi ipinapahamak mo lalo yung iba mong kaibigan. Aside from ikaw na nga yung napahamak, nagdamay ka pa. So, that's the reason why, we would like to invite itong mga in the know, mga technology, IT people like Engineer Ray, na magbigay sa atin ng topics. And if you want to ask questions, please do them now while merong makakasagot sa question natin. All right, that's for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Go ahead and ask questions. Wala na si Lil, I'm sure si Lil. Si Chris naman, she's busy. Sino sa iPhone? iPhone, Lil, ikaw ba yan? Lil, can you please open your video? Wala. Okay, ang isa pa siguro, I'll just keep going, okay? Kasi ako yung medyo concerned, marami experience maybe, is that yung Facebook account ko, may nag-report sa akin, uy, nangihingi ka daw ng donasyon, pera, dahil meron ka daw na-applyan na grant. Ikaw ba yon? So sasabihin ko, syempre hindi ako yon. So thank you so much. Yung iba, they will not do anything. Not even make me aware. How can I, sabi ko, i-report mo. So, di ba, dun sa Facebook, meron yung, I don't know what to term that. pupunta ka dun sa page na kung saan report, posting as a, somebody else. So, merong gano'n. So, you just navigate kung saan mo makikita yung but please report. Do not, ignore. Dahil yaan ay kung meron tayong napansin na isang kaibigan natin, may isa pa, alam ko na nai-scam siya dun sa kanyang Messenger. Alam ko yung, "How are you?" na kinda question. Nakakita lang namin, eh, "How are you?" daw. Hindi naman siya nag-i-English sa akin, Tagalog kami mag-usap. So, out of the blue how are you niya ako. So, hindi ba, tatawagan ko yung landline niya or cellphone niya. Ba't may natanggap ako sa'yo na how are you or kumusta ka or something na unusual. Siyempre sasabihin niya, "Oh, puwedeng paki-report mo kasi sabi nung kaibigan ko yung Facebook ko na na" ano bang tawag dun?
Hack.
Na-hack, na-hack. So, yun yung mga gano'n. Let us take it our, mag-concern tayo, mag-take action tayo, huwag yung parang balewala because sa totoo lang dumadami, napapahamak yung iba. Example, I don't know, correct me if I am wrong, Engineer Ray. If something happens, for example, ako, nabiktima ako, nakuha yung information ko, isn't it true na yung contact list ko will be also victimized?
Yeah, most possible. Most possible. Yan yung usually kasi yung mga hacker, maliban ikaw, kinukuha, tinatarget talaga nila yung directory. And this is the list of your friends, etc., etc. And then they're gonna pretend that it's you and then seek something from them. Probably also borrow money or transfer money. I mean, sorry. So transfer money to gain, ano, sila yung magiging beneficiary
Okay.
sa mga activities na yan.
So, is it advisable na kapagka meron tayong account sa Facebook or Messenger, we put our identity like the full name or is not possible, it's not advisable? How do you advise us on that?
Sa senaryo kasi ng US, required tayo magsabi ng totoo. Okay, ang alias sa US medyo hindi pina-practice yan legally. So, required tayo mag-practice. Unfortunately, nagka-capitalize dito yung mga scammers. Nabibisto tayo sa real name natin. Kaya sa Philippines, yung mga sa Pilipino natin na mga kakilala, usually nag-aalya sila. Yung mga ano naman, yung mga IT personnel, yung mga expert kunwari dito, nag-aalias din yan. So depende sa iyo, pero legally speaking, we are not supposed to do that dito sa US. We really have to put our name. Unfortunately, nagka-capitalize nga. Pero kung ako niyan, personally speaking, pwede ko lagyan ng alias. Ano? I-alias ko. For safety and security reason. For safety and security reason. Ganun lang siya. Pwede yun. Pwede yun. Pero yung FB kasi, yung regulation ng FB, legal name mo ang ilalagay mo. Legal name. Pero yung mga tao nag-alias sa Pilipinas, as we know it, hindi naman sila hinuhuli.
Now,
Wala naman mangyayari.
when you say legal name, hindi naman ibig sabihin nun gagawa ka ng parang you're hiding your identity because of some fraudulent reason also. I think yun ang ano doon. Pero if you are using like nickname, kasi sabi nila na if you give a complete information about yourself and then makaka-open sila ng account or let's say
Yeah.
loan, bank account under your name because your information is just there.
Yeah. That's why nagko-cross-reference sila your legal name, your address, your phone number, and your SSN. So marami yung ano niyan, tapos yung may additional na security pa niyan, yung MAC, yung machine address mo ng machine, ano. Hindi lang nila sinasabi yan, pero yung bangko, yung mga ibang mga institution, chine-check nila yan automatically. So they really know that ikaw yun kasi during registration time, yung machine na yan, yun ang ginamit mo during registration time. So yeah, that's a good question. So the best way is if kaya mag-alias, okay lang. Kung hindi, you use already your legal name. Katulad sa akin, I'm using my legal name. So, ganon yung nangyayari. So, yung chance of being scam is malaki. Fortunately, sometimes I could catch up. Naghahabulan kami ng mga hackers, ganon. So far, hindi ko masabi na nalo ako. Ang masasabi ko lang, hindi ako na biktima. Ganon. Hindi ako willingly na biktima. So, ganun talaga yung buhay sa ngayon, technology ngayon. Medyo yung exposure natin, yung risk natin sa scam and fraud, pataas ng pataas. Kaya nga, last week lang, I attended a seminar doon sa yung scam and fraud na given by the Los Angeles County. So, awareness talaga. They campaign for awareness, etc., etc. Education para yung mga tao malaman nila kung ano yung mga dapat nilang gagawin in case mag-arise yung situation na yan sa sarili nila. So, that's it. Any more questions?
O kayo naman, unmute yourself if you wanna ask a question. Otherwise, next Friday, si Engineer Ro ulit ang ating speaker. And please prepare questions because sa continuation of this topic. And sige, if you have an experience, you wanna share something, you wanna ask what to do, for example, paano gagawin ko kapag I cannot anymore open my Facebook because apparently it is scammed. Is the word scammed or hack? Kasi ang alam ng mga tao na hack ako. It's a very common term. So I don't know, but the problem is I can no longer use my Facebook because so in that case, ano ang step to dapat gawin? Yeah?
Yeah. Yung difference ng hack at saka yung scam is yung hack is yung napasok yung na-compromise yung security ng unit mo, yung cellphone mo. So na-hack ka dyan. After ka ma-hack, mabiktima ka as scam kasi nakunan ka ng pera. Yun ang difference ng two. Yung hacking is parang physical. Napasok yung cellphone mo. Yung scam na biktima ka, may pera na involved. Yun ang diferensya sa kanila sa dalawa. Next week, if possible, we will tackle yung mga, give example ng mga scam sa Facebook and Messenger kasi yun ang mga common eh. Okay? Yan ang mga common. And then to tell you, frankly, although hindi masyado excitement o excited ang ibang mga messenger na application, but we have many na secure siya. Number one, we have WhatsApp. No, hindi lang siya medyo glamoroso kasi siya lang yun, hindi katulad ng FB, may makikita ka ng mga pictures, may makikita ka ng mga video, etc., etc. Pero safer yung we have WhatsApp. Second safest or the first safest, depending kung sino yung tatanungin mo, we have Signal. So why I say na safe ito na mga applications ito? Because they are US based. US based kasi sila, pag may problema, US government yung kalaban nila. If yung application ginamit mo, for example, yung Telegram, it's not US based, but it is operating in the US. So pag may problema ka sa Telegram, pupunta ka sa Dubai. Kasi doon sila officially headquartered. Kasi maluwag ang Dubai. Yung mga batas nila hindi as stricto as US. Or yung Limassol, Cyprus. So maraming naka-base doon. But they operate here. Sa US. And people do not know that. Na in case may problema ka, mahihirapan ka maghabol sa kanila or file a complaint because they are outside the jurisdiction of the United States of America. So make sure na yung company na ginagamit mo nandito naka-base sa US, either California, anywhere sa US, because yung batas natin applies to them. Kung naka-base sa Dubai, paano mag-apply yung batas natin? out of jurisdiction, or nandun sa Cyprus, out of jurisdiction. Or for that matter, if nandun sa China, the more.
So
Sa ganun,
are you saying that Messenger is not safe? Or kasi yun lang ang alam ng karamihan, especially yung
no.
mga medyo seniors.
No, I'm not saying na it's safe, but it is hackable. All applications are hackable. Pwede sila i-hack. Depende sa level ng technology know-how ng hacker. Pero pwede sila i-hack. Walang perfect. But lately, if you notice it, mga 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month ago, yung Messenger, nag-upgrade na naman sila. Nag-encrypt na sila ng mga messages. In fact, nag-request na sila ng password mo. I do not know whether everybody has experienced this one, but last 2-3 weeks ago, ito yung nangyayari. Because it is hackable. Wala mang hindi pwede i-hack. Lahat yan pwede i-hack. Depende lang sa level ng penetration. Ang term kasi niyan, penetration. Depende sa equipment ng hacker. Kung mahal kasi yung mga applications na yan to hack, but it can be done. It can be done. You cannot prevent it.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Very helpful. And I think kasi it happened a lot sa akin. That's why I got, the idea na let's do technology workshop, especially itong kind of common and Q&A kind of workshop para nang sa ganun, we can raise specific questions. So next Friday, please be prepared with your sharing, with your question, your comment. Ano nangyari sa inyo para natin ma-prevent yun, and with the help of Engineer Ray, advisean tayo how to be more mag-take precaution to prevent being a victim of cyber crimes tulad nito. Right? So that's it for me. Ewan ko yung iba. Thank you so much for your time and for enlightening us. We really need people like you na magbigay sa amin ng kaalaman, awareness, of course. Yung mga
Hello.
question and answer. Go ahead po. Go ahead.
Kasi kanina umaga, binuksan ko yung cellphone ko. Ganito ang ganito. Hi, Ate Glo. Remember me? This is Lina. Nakalimutan ko rin ang apelyido ha. Ako yung binigyan mo ng bag nung araw, sabi niya. Kaya gusto naman sana kitang makita. Kaya lang, sana isulat mo lang ng yes.
Oh no.
Dito sa baba ng sulat ko sa iyo. And that's it. And thank you very much. Nagulat ako na bakit niya ako pinapasulat ng yes. Ngayon naisip ko, pag sinulat ko ng yes, ano man ang gusto niyang i-hack sa akin, or what do you call that, patay ako.
Yes. Yes. No. Buti hindi ka nag-yes. Buti hindi ka nag-yes.
Oo, kaya
Parang
pumunta muna ako
plebiscito
kay Hindi, pumunta muna ako kay Art. Sabi ko, pakinggan mo ito ha. Sabi ko, binasa ko yung as what I have read kanina. Ngayon, ay, wag mo, i-delete mo na yan. Ako, sabi naman. Kaya dinilit ko kasi yes lang daw eh. At saka yung sinabi niya, niregaloan ko ng bag. At saka, yung bang mga statement niya, yung mga sinasabi niya, hindi nakakapaniwala. At saka nagduda ako kagad. Baka
Yeah.
mangyari sa inyo eh.
Congratulations.